Hello, hello, hello. Uh, I think I'm live. I think I'm live. If anybody's watching, let me know. Let me add a title really quickly. If anyone is watching, please comment. Let me know that you're here. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Playing around with Facebook trying to add a title and it wasn't letting me. And apparently I went live and didn't know that I was going live. Um, okay, so I think that worked. I hope that worked. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I know people will be coming in. I'll just give you a few moments to do so. Perfect. My name is Avalaura, and happy to be here today to discuss my blog. Got stressed, got problems to get Reiki. So hopefully, people will be coming on so it can be an actual discussion versus me just kind of sitting here and talking. And I will try not to talk your ears off, make this short and sweet, but just give you valuable information. If you have any questions at any time, I am monitoring the chat. I can see the chat, so feel free to ask questions at any time. If you come on and watch on the replay, hashtag replay, say hello. And also, you can ask questions even in the replay. Let me know, and I will be sure to make sure that I monitor that and come back and answer your questions as well. So, the first thing is, how many of you actually know what Reiki is, right? Like some of you might not even know what Reiki is. You might not even know how to spell it. I give people all the time, they're like, what is that? Rocky, Reiki, Roki? They don't even know how to say it. I've heard of it, I've seen it, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. And so that's why I wanted to write this blog to really talk about it because a lot of people don't know what Reiki is, even though we have some understanding when I break it down, but it's not something that we've necessarily heard of or personally experienced. So before I get into that, perfect. Post the blog. Awesome. Before I get into that, just let me tell you a little bit about me and who I am and, why you're listening to me. Again, my name is Avalaura Gaither. I am a life coach and intuitive consultant. My background is actually in mental health and counseling and social work. And I started off in the mental health field more than 15 years ago now, probably about 20, almost 20 years ago. God, it's been a long time. Uh, got my bachelor's degree in psychology and master's degree in social work from Howard University. And that was the beginning of my journey. And, just a little bit, I started off in the traditional social work setting. I was a program director at an outpatient mental health clinic. And I quickly found out that I was not going to be able to make the impact that I really wanted to make in the traditional setting. That I wasn't going to be able to help people heal the way that I wanted to. What I was seeing is that the system was not really set up to help people heal, but it was really just set up to help people to maintain their dysfunction. And that's not what I was about. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I went to school for. That's not, that was not what I envisioned for myself. And so I found myself in this space of really feeling depressed, really feeling defeated, feeling like I could not make an impact and not understanding my purpose and why I was there and what I was doing. And just feeling like, honestly, just feeling like I was not living, feeling like I was just barely existing. And that went on for a while, honestly. It went on for a while until I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. Here I am, a social worker. I'm here counseling other people, helping other people, and I couldn't help myself. I didn't even know what to do for myself. And finally, I suffered in silence for God knows how long. I just got to the point where I knew I needed help. And even though I didn't know what to do, I had to talk to somebody because I just got tired of being depressed and not being happy. And so I confided in one of my friends, a fellow colleague, and she was like, hey, I'm having this women's retreat. Why don't you come and join us? I know you'll really enjoy it. And I said, okay, cool. Let me try that. I had never been to a women's retreat at that point. Didn't even know what it was about. Didn't care, honestly. At that point, if she had said, let's go bungee jumping, that's going to help you, I would have done it because I just needed help. I was tired of suffering. And so I went on the women's retreat, and she was right. It ended up being one of the best experiences. I got everything that I needed. I got back to soulful self care as I teach now. I got back to meditation and doing yoga, and I was eating vegetarian foods and just spending time in nature and talking to like minded women. And it was just so refreshing to be in this element and to be away from all of my problems and to feel like myself again, because I had really gotten away from myself. And if any of you can relate to this, I mean, let me know, chime in. But that's what happened. I really gotten away from myself, and I didn't realize how far away I had gotten from myself until I was on this retreat. And so really what happened is I ended up having what you call an emotional breakdown, if you will, right? I can call it a breakthrough now, but at that time it was a breakdown. And I just found myself on my hands and knees crying out to God, like, God, you got to get me out of here. I can't do this anymore. I can't live like this. This is not living. And I know you didn't create me to suffer. I know you didn't create me just to be unhappy every single day and hate going to work. Like this is not the business. And I cried, I boo-hooed, I prayed, and I just let it all out. And, I felt good. I felt better. After you do the ugly cry and you let everything out, you feel better. But then I had a realization like, oh, shoot, like, okay, I feel good now, but I got to go back to work on Monday. I got to go back into the rat race. And so I felt good for that moment. I felt like I was doing something. And I did. I finished the retreat, felt great, felt back to myself. And I went back to work on Monday morning, business as usual, my normal routine. And my boss says, hey, Avalaura, I want to talk to you. Sure, no problem. Went to his office, sat down, and he says, he says, Avalaura, it's been great having you. I love you. You're an amazing person, but I got to let you go. And I said, wait, what? And he was like, yeah, here's 2 weeks severance and, basically deuces. And needless to say, I was in shock. I was completely shocked. Like, wait, did he just fire me? Me? Ego was in an uproar going on and on in my head. Like, how could he? I can't believe it. I've given my life to this company, blah, 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 all this stuff. And ego just kicked in like, Avalaura, why are you upset? This is what you prayed for. So what are you going to do? Spirit was just that still small voice. As a matter of fact, like, look, this is what you wanted. So what you going to do now? And that really became my mission. Like, what am I going to do now? Am I going to take the path of least resistance, so to speak, and just get another job in social work and just feel like I'm wasting away again? Or am I going to venture into the path of the unknown and answer my life's calling, even though I don't even really know what that is right now? Yeah, oh hell no. Yeah, that's what happened. And so I decided, to answer my life's calling. Obviously, I'm talking to you today. So that was the choice that I made, even though I didn't know what I was going to do and I didn't know what that looked like, but I made that decision for myself. And so what I decided to do, which, I think is so important and which I teach a lot of my clients, is I took what I call my 6-month healing sabbatical. I know not everybody can do this. You got jobs, you got kids, you got family, all those things, responsibilities. But, this is what I needed to do for myself. I took 6 months and I did the work. Who am I? Why am I here? What is it that I've been called to do? Why did God put me here? What am I supposed to be doing with my life? And I got I did counseling. I did my life coaching training. I learned Reiki. I learned aromatherapy. I literally delved into the healing arts. I learned hypnotherapy. I got back into yoga and meditation. Like, so all the things that I do now, that was my time period in that 6 months. And at the end of that 6 months, I opened up Avalaura's Healing Center. And that was in November of 2005. So I have literally been on this journey of helping people heal and helping people from whole to wholeness in their life and their relationships and their business and their career since November 2005. And it's changed a lot over that time. You know, I've been through a lot. I learned through the School of Hard Knocks. I knew nothing about running a business. I just knew that here I am, set to help people heal. This is my purpose. This is my passion. And I'm going to figure out how to make this work. And so now, you know, a lot of the work that I do with my clients is it's kind of like the experience that I had. I needed me back then. And so I am that vessel for my clients of really being holding the space for them and helping them through whatever those transitions are and helping you to rediscover yourself and live the life that you've always wanted to live. And I wrote this article about Reiki because, you know, Reiki was kind of like my gateway drug, if you will. Like, if any of you are into holistic arts, into healing, into spirituality, you know it's a rabbit hole. And you take one step and it just goes deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And so Reiki was kind of like that first step for me in learning that I was a healer and that I had this gift, but I didn't know how to use it. And so one of my mentors said, why don't you try Reiki? And so I did. So I learned Reiki and it just opened up this world for me. It was like Pandora's box. It was the most beautiful thing. And so I've been practicing for 15 years now, and I've been teaching Reiki for the last 11 years now. And it has been such a beautiful experience that I wanted to share it. Because one of the things that I love about Reiki, and it's like most holistic modalities, is that you literally can use it for everything, right? It's like, you know, like we have this saying, I think, you know, Chris Rock has this joke about, you know, you get sick, you know, black family, you know, his family is like, take some tussin, you know, some Robitussin, right? You got a cold, take some tussin. You got cancer, take some tussin, right? You stressed out, take some tussin, right? And that's kind of like what Reiki is. Like, it's good for everything. So if you don't know what Reiki is, it is healing energy. That's essentially what it is. It is healing energy that is meant to balance out your energy, your chakra systems, your meridians, and just whatever is out of harmony and out of balance in your body, it helps to balance that out. And so one of the things that I talked about in the article was 10 reasons why people love Reiki. It's good for so many things. I have people who exclusively just want to use holistic remedies, and Reiki is one of them. I have, you know, clients and students and people who want to use it in combination with traditional medicine. So, for example, if you're getting surgery or maybe you're taking medication, whether that is, you know, from a doctor for, you know, high blood pressure, diabetes, or maybe it is for, you know, the emotional and mental, maybe it's for depression, anxiety, and things like that. You can use Reiki with the traditional, and you can just say, hey, all I want to do is a non-traditional. So that's the beauty of it. So that's why it is so, you can use it for everything, right? There's no rhyme or reason. There's no bad way to do it because it is holistic. And so wherever you are, it's going to help you. And that's one of the things that I love about Reiki and what I love about healing energy is that it's going to help you. Even if you don't know what your problems are, it's going to help those problems. So Reiki is sort of like a cure-all. You know, if you're stressed out, Reiki is great for that. If you have anxiety, Reiki is great for that. If you're depressed, Reiki is great for that. If you have physical pain, it's great for that. If you have problems sleeping, it's great for that. If you are on a spiritual journey and maybe having a spiritual awakening and you're having all the pains of that, Reiki is great for that. If you want to learn to meditate and you're having problems with that because you got thoughts going on all the time, Reiki is great for that. If you're having problems sleeping, if you have insomnia or sleep apnea, if you have to use a machine or whatever, Reiki is great for that. Right? So it literally is great for everything. You know, and you can definitely go on my website at avalaura.com, Avalaura.com, and learn more, but it really is great for everything. And I want to just read a little bit of kind of the opening of the blog if you didn't see it for yourself. So you know what I'm referring to, and I know it's going to be posted here in the group, but I'm just going to read a little bit of it so that you can see kind of how it can work, right? And why I'm saying it's great for everything. So I'm just going to read the first part. I'm not going to read the whole article. So got stress, got problems, get Reiki. It was a warm, rainy Thursday afternoon in September. I was performing Reiki for a client who was experiencing extensive stress, overwhelm, anxiety, feeling frazzled and split into a million pieces as she described. I'm sure some of you can relate to that, especially right now. She wanted to try Reiki because she felt off balance and she was unable to stay focused. She was struggling with juggling her 2 children, husband, career, budding business, and trying to find herself and not get lost in her family. How many of you can relate to that? Her life felt all over the place, and she admitted that she sucked at practicing self-care. Like many of my clients, like, I know I need to do it, but I have no idea what that even looks like, right? So she heard about Reiki from her friend, and she was excited to try it for the first time. I explained to her how a Reiki session works and how you lay on the massage table fully clothed, because it's not about removing your clothing. It's about removing the negative trapped energy, emotions, and limiting beliefs, surrendering into the experience and the bliss of wholeness that occurs afterwards. I tried to capture Reiki for you, and I felt like that was like the best way that I could. One of the things about Reiki is I could explain it all day long, but you won't understand it until you experience it for yourself. But that was kind of the way that I tried to describe it for you. Reiki can be described as a spiritual massage because during a session, I am massaging your energy, not your body. So Reiki is commonly a lot of people think is a massage. Like that's the only thing that they can kind of compare it to, but it's not a massage. It really is a much more of a spiritual, energetic experience. So even though I'm like physically touching you at some point, or sometimes I'm not physically touching you, I am not massaging you. I'm not manipulating your muscles. I'm manipulating and working on your energy system. So that's the big difference. I told my client that every experience is different and to be open to her experience and anything that she might feel, such as a meditative state. That's very common to go into a deep meditative state. Feel heat, feel coolness, heavy emotions being released, immense joy, deep breaths, laughter, lightness, and calm. Everybody is different. And one of the cool things about Reiki is that you can have all of those experiences or none at all. And every session is different. So you can have one session where you feel all of that, and you can have another session where it's totally different. And each session, the energy gets deeper and deeper and deeper. So you tend to get more and more relaxed and feel more calm. So the truth is, I never know what you're going to experience during a session. But I love Reiki Virgins because I know that Reiki is life changing, and it is. And this session far exceeded my expectations. So during the session with my client, my hands were being guided the entire time. They knew exactly where to go and what to do and how long to do it for. We both completely surrendered into an amazing healing experience. The energy was light, it was peaceful, it was calm, and it was relaxing. I felt like I was the conductor of a symphony orchestra as we worked in harmony together. It was so powerful, words can't even describe what happened. And I was just humbled and in awe of the moment that we shared and the smile crossing her face as I ended the session. This is one of the many reasons why I love Reiki. So that was just sort of the first part of the blog that I shared. And like I said, you can read more. And that is Reiki. Like I never know what I'm going to get. I never know how the experience is going to be for my client. It is always fresh. It is always new. But the one thing that I do know is that whoever I'm doing Reiki for, even if it's for myself, because you can do self Reiki, I always know that that person is going to benefit from it and get exactly what they need at that particular time, even if you don't know what you need. And sometimes we don't know. And sometimes we're just tired, right? Sometimes we don't want to talk. Sometimes we just want to receive, right? We just want to lay on the table and just surrender and just receive. And so I love Reiki for that. I love using a combination with my coaching clients and my counseling clients. Because it's a very different energy. So, where we're talking and listening in Reiki, we're releasing, right? So all of those trapped energies that we might not be aware of, those negative emotions that we might be holding on to that we've had for years, traumas that we've been holding on to for years, Reiki is beautiful for helping to release those things and getting it up and out of your body. Because if you don't know, if you don't actually go through a process of releasing, anything that you've experienced is still trapped into your body. Anything that you've experienced is still replaying over and over in your mind. You know, we have over 60,000 thoughts every single day, and over 80% of those thoughts are negative. So unless you have been through a process of releasing all of those things, it's still there. And that's why so many people say, you know, Avalaura, I've been doing this work all this time. You know, I've been doing all this self-help work. I've had therapy. I'm reading the books. I'm doing all this stuff. And I'm still hanging on to all this stuff, right? It's still there. Reiki. You got to try Reiki. I promise you it will change your life. And now during this time, I'm only doing distance Reiki, but that's the beautiful thing about Reiki as well, is that it's energy. It's all about energy. So just like you can go into a room or go into a space and you can feel, ooh, I don't like this space. Something don't feel right. It feels a little funky. Or, ooh, you know what? It feels good in here. I like it. I think I want to stay. That's energy, right? There's that exchange. You can feel it. You can sense it. And so with Reiki, even though, a lot of people might prefer doing it in person, it absolutely can be done via distance because it's just about tapping into your energy and doing the same exact things that I would do if you were sitting here lying on my massage table. So it's a beautiful experience. It can be done in person or it can be done distance as well. Um, you can learn Reiki for yourself. You know, that's one of the reasons why I teach it. So you can come to somebody like me and get it done, professionally done, or you can learn it for yourself and you can do self Reiki and you can learn to do it for your family, for your children, for, your husband or your wife, or you can do it professionally as well. I train a lot of mental health professionals who want to add it to their business so that they have a more holistic practice. Because let's face it, we all have some clients that, talk therapy, it just ain't enough. You need more. And so Reiki is about delving into their energy and removing those blockages, whether we know what those blockages are or not. You don't have to sit there and discover it. You can just use the Reiki energy and allow it to do its thing and to remove those blockages on its own. So that is, about Reiki. Any questions, comments, anything that you want to know? I think that's a good overview. I mean, yeah, there's a lot to learn. Like I said, there is lots of information on my page at avalaura.com. I have videos. I also talk about it on my podcast, Avalaura Heal My Life. And of course, also this article. But really, truthfully, the best way to understand Reiki, like if this resonates with you, if you're like, oh my God, yes, Avalaura, this sounds like something that I need, you want to personally experience it for yourself, and or you actually want to learn it for yourself and learn more about energy, how it works, also learn self-care techniques, learn how to protect your own energy. I work with a lot of empaths. I am an empath. And so I know the value of understanding that if you don't protect your energy, you will take on other people's energy because that's just who you are. That's how God made you. You are extremely sensitive. And so that negatively affects you. You can be depressed, you can be angry, you could be upset, you could just be feeling some kind of way, and it has nothing to do with you. You've just taken on other people's problems and didn't even realize it. So one of the things that I teach, particularly in Reiki 1, is how to protect your own energy. And if you're an empath and you're really sensitive, how to channel that so that you're not taking on other people's energies. So Reiki is extremely versatile. Like I said, it can help with so many different things. And, when in doubt, if you don't know what you need, Reiki is just a great place to start in helping you with that. So again, if you don't have any questions now, feel free in the replay, #replay. Feel free to ask. I'm here. Hopefully I have given you some insightful information. Hopefully you've learned more than you knew before you watched this. And questions, comments, I'm here. You got me here for a moment. I'm happy to answer them. But I hope you got what you needed. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I could share with you that I could share, talking wise versus you just having your own kind of personal experience. Because really, that's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. Once you have an experience for yourself, you become a believer. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, she was right. I see what she's saying. So I work with a lot of people who have chronic illnesses like, lupus and autoimmune diseases and things like that, even cancer, so many things. And it's just really calming and just really relaxing. Reiki is actually done now in hospitals and in hospice as well, because of that, because it is so calming and relaxing. And even if, nobody's going to say, oh, it's a cure. And I can't tell you that it's a cure for anything. Nobody's going to tell you that. But what we do know for sure is that if you mentally and emotionally feel better, whatever you're going through, you're going to respond better. So even if it's not a quote unquote cure, if you feel better, you will be better. And so that's part of what Reiki comes in. So thank you for having me. Thank you for this time. Thank you for watching. And I look forward to seeing and assisting you. Feel free to contact me, avalaura.com. I am Googleicious. I am everywhere online. Connect with me. And hopefully we'll be talking soon. Until then, wishing you peace, love, and bountiful blessings. Create an amazing day. Bye, guys.